This is Ben, and I want to thank you for joining us on the Semper Gumbie channel. Our last video, we talked about flashlights, lanterns, and how important lights are as your #1 security tool. Today, I'm going to show you an option, an inexpensive option, where I have installed LED lights in the back of my truck cap. Now, some may call it a cap, some may call it a camper, but basically it's shelter for when you go camping. Now, I installed LED lights in the back of my truck camper or truck cap about 3 weeks ago. And I've got them on Amazon, but they are 12-volt wired LED lights. And I had 6 lights in the camp, and running wires and stuff like that, I just didn't like it. And after sleeping in there, doing a solo camping trip last week, I just didn't like it. And so I decided to take it out. I found an alternative that you may like or may use it in your application. So let's go check it out. Originally, these are the LED lights that I had in my truck cap. And of course, they were wired, positive and negative. The only drawback to that is I had to run wires to each one and jumper them together and then run it to a power station. They were good, they were great, they were bright, but I couldn't adjust the brightness and I couldn't adjust how strong and bright they were. Now, these weren't wired separately, so I couldn't turn on and off each one. They would all have to either be all on or all off. If I had wired them separately, there would have been a bunch of wires and it just didn't look right. And I just don't like the messy look to it, or wires all over the place. I guess it's because of my OCD, but I like a clean look and something that will work flawlessly, something that is easy, something you can remove in and out, and something that's rechargeable. So I'm going to show you an option that I found the other day. Now, the Slim Beam, now let me bring it in there so you can see it. Let me hide my eyes. The Slim Beam under cabinet rechargeable comes in a 2-pack light bar that gives you the right amount of light without complicated wiring or messy type of installation. Now, the adjustable motion sensor allows you to customize activation so it will come on and off automatically in the truck. And as you can see right here, these are adjustable. And we'll get into that just a little bit more, and I will show you the different modes of light and how I mounted these in my truck. So let's get in the back of the truck and check these puppies out. Let's go ahead and pull the Ram 1500 into the garage. And I'm going to tell you, since I've got this Ram, I've put on a 3.5-inch suspension lift, 35-inch tires. I did put a truck cap, and I also did airbags in the rear. And with all of those items and components, it jacked my truck up to a good height. And when I put it in the garage, I have about less than a 1/4 inch from the top of my cap to the bottom of the garage door. So we're going to try to squeeze that thing in. Oh, by the way, today's video, I want to thank Mr. Shelton for the Lockheed Martin t-shirt. Awesome. Okay, like I mentioned, these were the ones that I had in the back of my truck. And like I said, they were bright. Actually, I think they were too bright, and I had no way of dimming them down or individually turning them on or off. And what I did is I just had some Velcro placed in the back, and I would just stick them up on the carpet of the truck cap. But the drawback was a positive and negative wire, and I had 6 of these, so I would have to run a wire or wires to all of these and then to a battery station. So I might just find use of this somewhere else. I'll just keep them as spares. I don't know what I'm going to use them for, but I'll figure something out. Well, these are made by Brite, and I'm going to go over the dimensions with you real quick. And it's only 1.5 inches thick and 9.25 inches wide. And these are rechargeable, so that's another plus for me. Now what I did is I put a strip of hook and loop Velcro on the back of each light, and then I could go ahead and just Velcro that to the carpet on the cap. And as you can see, it's pretty sturdy. It won't come out, and it looks good and clean. There's no wires. And then on the second one, I put right there, and then I'll put the other 2 on the opposite side. Now that I've got them mounted, let's go ahead and turn them on. And it gives a pretty good light in the back of this dark cap. There are 3 light modes to suit your mood, and they are a bright white, they're a kind of a orange type, lower, not as bright, and then there is a soft white, and then you go back to your bright white. It can be charged with a USB from the sides for hassle-free charging, and I can remove these, or I can charge them with the cord as they are mounted. Now the batteries, once they are charged, they said you can have up to 600 motion activations. I haven't left one on to see how long they last on a single charge, but we're gonna test that, and in a later video I may throw that in and let you know what our results were. One of the questions I saw was, how do you know when these are charged and charging? Well, on the side where you plug in the USB, there is a little indicator light. On an empty charge, when you first start it, it'll be red. When it's fully charged, it'll turn green, and then the light is ready for operation. Now I got all 4 lights on, and it lights back here pretty good. I'm really pleased with the brightness and how much it gives me light in the back. Well, let's turn these on to the orange looking mode and change the mood. Okay, so you can see the difference of the colors just on myself and in the bed itself. Let's go back and change it to the next mode, which would be the soft white. And there you go. It's not too much difference from the bright white, which we're going to go back to it now. Okay, we are in the auto mode right now. And for the auto mode, for the motion sensors, it has to be in the dark. So let's wait for these to turn off. I'm trying not to move. And they should go off now. We got one more, which is in back of me. Now they're all off. Now I would just move and they are all on. The good thing with that is you might be able to mount these outside of your vehicle or somewhere else, and at night when you're camping, if there's any kind of motion that it'll detect, the lights will come on. So that's also used, you could use it as a security tool. Well, this was just a short video on the Semper Brite Slim Beam under cabinet rechargeable LED light. Home Depot, $24. Highly recommended. So as I close this video, I always say, be kind to your neighbors, look after them, and treat them well. Tell your family you love them and spend time with them, because you'll never know how long you got left with them on this earth. And most of all, whenever life throws you, no matter what situation, always be Semper Gumbie. Let there be light.